Hello everyone. Today we'll be seeing seminar on bonding in prosthodontics. So these are the contents of today's seminar, that is introduction, luting cements, history, enamel etching, enamel bonding, role of smear layer on bonding, evolution of dentin bonding agents, total etch technique, critical steps in bonding, literature review. Coming to the introduction, we'll see the definition as per GPT-10. Bonding is generally told as joining together any two adhesive substances using some cement or glue. In dentistry, it is nothing but an acid etching of tooth, enamel or dentin so as to create a resin tax which increases the mechanical retention of the restorative material. Bunokor told that it is just a simple method of increasing the adhesion of acrylic filling materials to enamel surface. So there is something called as bonding agent which promote adhesion between two different substances or two materials and tooth structure. Then just we'll briefly run through about the luting cements. The main seminar is on bonding agent, but we'll also see briefly about luting cements. There are different cements based on permanent and temporary classification. We have water based, resin based, oil free. In permanent, we have zinc polycarboxylate, zinc phosphate, GI based cements, and resin cements. Then in oil based, we have zinc oxide eugenol, temporary GIC, oil free, zinc oxide non eugenol. And based on conventional and adhesive cements, we have conventional zinc based cements and adhesive. We have resin based and GI based. Resin based, again based on the composition of the composite material, there are again different kinds. And GI is conventional and resin modified. Coming to zinc oxide eugenol, it is temporary cement, it soothes pulp, it inhibits polymerization of resin. So when after temporization, if you are replacing the temporary crown with a permanent crown, it is better to eliminate all the zinc oxide eugenol which was there so that it will not inhibit the polymerization of the resin cement which you will be giving it for the cementation of permanent crown. And so, because of these disadvantages, zinc phosphate came into the role. So, but it was causing pulpal irritation, and there were other technique sensitive things which was causing disadvantages of zinc phosphate. So, we came up with something called as zinc polycarboxylate. The advantage of polycarboxylate was that it chelates to the calcium of the tooth, so it is something which binds with the tooth, and there was less pulpal irritation, but the strength was weak, so we came up with something called as glass ionomer which adheres to enamel and dentin. It releases fluoride. Then resin modified GI which has higher strength than GI, and it is not used in zirconia because it reacts with the silica present in the zirconia, so which the crown which has silica content in them, the resin modified GI can't be used. Then again in resin, there are different types of cements in resin, which is dual cure and light cure. In dual cure, we have something called as ultimate and unicell. This is all based on the curing property and different kind of composition of the composite. So based on technique sensitivity and solubility, we can see the graph that as we go from zinc oxide eugenol to resin, technique sensitivity is increased. That is, using the conventional cements is easier compared to the resin cements, because resin cements there is so many multiple steps involved, and everybody will not be having light cure gun and bonding agent composite cements sometimes, so that is called as technique sensitivity. And coming to the solubility, as we go from solubility increases. That is, the strength of the conventional cements is less compared to resin cements. It is easily soluble. It is more soluble in the formula. So, for different crowns, different cements are used. So, for zirconia and metal-based crowns, we use GI or RMGI, but there should be no silica in the zirconia. As we discussed earlier, the silica reacts with the glass present in the glass element. So, for silica-based zirconia, we are not using RMGI. You can use resin cement for such crowns. For lithium disilicate, that is Emax crowns and veneers, that is porcelain based crowns, we use resin cements. Coming to the bonding agent, so this seminar was mainly for bonding agent. So coming to the history, as we all know, Bunukur is the one main person who was working behind the bonding agents. First he was telling something called as phosphoric acid. He published in this paper, which was a simple method of increasing the adhesion of acrylic filling material to enamel surface. In this paper, which is called as a foundation of adhesive dentistry, he told that 85% phosphoric acid can be used to etch the enamel to increase the mechanical retention. So nowadays, as we all know, there are different types of acids which have come up and the concentration of acids also differs. Nowadays we are using 30 to 40% phosphoric acid just for 15 seconds. So phosphoric acid is available in liquid and gel form. The gel which is made adding colloidal silica to phosphoric acid can be 30 to 40%. So what is the function of itching? So after itching, it causes selective demineralization of the exposed enamel rods. It forms itch pits which creates honeycomb effect. The resin which flows into these itch pits forms resin tags which provides bond strength of 25 to 30 megapascal through mechanical interlocking. So this increases the surface area, surface energy and removes the surface debris. There will be high surface energy which permits efficient wetting by hydrophobic resin. So what is the procedure we should follow? So acid etching of enamel is done for 15 to 20 seconds. Thorough rinsing after acid etching should be done at least for 10 seconds to remove all the acid. Then we should use 37% phosphoric acid to etch the enamel. Other acids which are available are nitric, polyacrylic, oxalic, pyruvic, malic acids. Here we can see, here this is the tooth structure. The gel is applied and it is washed off and then it causes retention. Actually this is a video. It causes roughness of the tooth structure. This is the prior tooth structure which is smooth. After applying the acid, it is causing roughness. Patterns which are formed after applying the resin is after etching the enamel is, this is type 1 pattern where it is entering the rod. The acid is entering inside the rod. It is causing type 1 pattern. It is like a honeycomb. In type 2 pattern you can see it's like a fish scale. When it is entering between the rods, it is interrod substance is getting involved in etching of the enamel. Then in type 3 pattern it is haphazard. It is both, it is not like type 1 or type 2 and neither it is some pattern. It is just a irregular surface which is formed. It is enamel bonding. After etching we should apply some adhesive system which will cause bonding of the restorative material to the enamel. So a bonding agent which is available is this GMA plus Tech DMA, which is this is the resin part. We are adding diluent to this resin system to decrease the viscosity. So this will cause bonding of the restorative material to the tooth. So factors which affect adhesion: surface energy, wetting, and the contact angle. That is, more the surface energy, more will be the adhesion. Low contact angle will cause increased adhesion, as well as the surface should be wetted nicely so that it will cause adhesion. So later, in 1960s, Bonacore also told that bonding of the dentin is also possible. So after that, again, dentin adhesives were coming into the role. So what are the indications to use dentin bonding agent? So indications were for bonding composite to tooth structure, bonding composite to porcelain and various metals like amalgam, metal and noble metal alloys, desensitization of exposed dentin or root surface, bonding of porcelain veneers. So these were the indications why you should use dentin bonding agent. What are the contraindications? So if you are bleaching the tooth, after bleaching you should not use bonding agent immediately. We should wait at least for a week after applying the bleaching solution to the tooth. Otherwise, it might cause damage to the tooth structure. Also, again, it might cause stains in the tooth. So, the bleaching would be of no use if you use bonding agent immediately. So what are the uses of using bonding agents? If you are not using dentin bonding agents, the unbonded regions of dentin beneath the restoration can permit tubular fluid movement under functional or thermal stress to distort afferent nerves in the pulp and elicit pain. So the dentinal fluid which is present, it might cause pain with the outward movement during functions. So it is mandatory to use dentin bonding agent. So this bonding agent, the response will not only vary from patient to patient. Within the same tooth structure in different regions, there will be variations. Like coronal dentin, the tubules are more compared to the radicular dentin, where the tubules are less. You can see here the tubules are less compared to the coronal dentin. Again, in the coronal dentin region, when you see from the surface, when you go from surface to the deeper sections, the tubules are increasing in size as well as in number. So you should also keep in mind how much dentin bonding agent to be applied and cured at different regions. So one more thing which is mainly dealt while itching or applying bonding agent to the dentin is smear layer. Smear layer is nothing but a surface which is created when you are altering the dentin using some instruments, and it will cause homogeneous altered surface, covers the instrumented dentin, occludes the tubules, opening tubules. Okay, it is called as smear plug. It is 2 to 5 micron deep. This layer, it contains what all it contains is pulverized hydroxyapatite, altered collagen mixed with saliva and bacteria, other ground surface debris. So microscopic appearance is like this. This is nothing but a smear plug. This is the dentinal tubule. inside which the smear layer is seen. So again there was controversy whether to keep the smear layer or not to keep the smear layer. So based on this, there were different rationales which were developed where they told that the bonding agent for dentin, it should be both hydrophilic and hydrophobic to so that it can adhere to both the hydrophilic part and hydrophobic part. So it must it should contain both hydrophobic and hydrophilic agents. So they came up with something called as MRX. So what is MRX? M is the methacrylate group, that is hydrophobic. R is the one which is combining both hydrophobic and hydrophilic substance, and X is a functional group which is hydrophilic. So classification of bonding agents, there were different classifications based on generations and itching, self-itch or total itch or not itching. So based on generations, we had totally 8 generations. Now even the 8th generation has come up. Till early 2000s we had 7th till 7th generation. So, and this is the other classification where it is based on itching and rinsing, and self-itching it is again classified based on the steps. So in itching we have 3-step, 2-step, or we don't even have the steps where it is self-itching adhesives, that is 2-component self-itch adhesive which has just 2-step, 1-step, or single component. There are no steps in single step adhesive agent. So now we'll discuss briefly about different generations. Now in first generation what happened is they were itching only the enamel. So later when they told that even the dentin has to be itched, it is the 3rd generation. So while they were itching only the enamel, also they tried increasing the strength. So that is in 2nd generation they tried adding bis GMA. Then in 3rd generation what they did is they told that enamel as well as the dentin should be itched separately. So then in 4th generation what they were telling is both enamel and dentin can be itched together. There is no need of itching it separately. That is, they were telling that selectively we should itch enamel and dentin separately. But in 4th generation they told both enamel and dentin can be itched together. So that is 3-step technique where first itchant is applied, then bonding agent is applied, then the composite restoration is applied. Then coming to the 5th generation, we had 1-step, that is 2-step, where first we should itch enamel and dentin, then we should apply priming and adhesive agent. Before in this technique we had primer and bonding agent separately. After that we were applying the restorative material. So it had 3 steps, but in 5th generation we have just 2 steps where priming and adhesive are used in one bottle. Then there was a 6th generation where the primer was added in the itchant. That is self-itch system. Primer is made acidic, 2 bottle, 2 step. That is 6th generation they tried adding the primer in the itchant instead of adding in the bonding agent, as in 5th generation they tried adding primer in the itchant itself. That is self-itching primer. Then we came single bottle system where they tried removing all the steps. They told that just by adding everything in one bottle, that is in bonding agent only, there will be itchant also added, primer also added. They told single bottle system which decreased, but the disadvantage was it decreased the bond strength, not able to itch the enamel. These were the disadvantages. So they came up with something called as universal. It can be 1 step, 2 step or 3 step. In 8th generation there are different types again. But 8th generation advantage was it was increased. There was increased adhesion to enamel, low marginal infiltration, stronger adhesive film formation, bonding longevity, greater aesthetic, colorless aspect. So it is called as universal bond system. So this is a video where we will see how to apply an etchant. First the crown which was there, they were trying to polish the crown. Here they are telling about the crown mainly, so we'll just skip few part of this video and directly go to binding. So here what they have done is they tried upgrading the inner surface so that it will cause some micro mechanical changes. After that they are removing the air pressure and they are applying a bonding agent to the inner surface of the crown. For porcelain crowns, actually we can even apply silent coupling agent to increase its micromechanical retention. So after that again they are using the air pressure to spread the bonding agent which was applied there. Then they are applying the bonding agent on the tooth surface.
The adhesive is thoroughly dried by the
Again they are using the air to spread it evenly and they are using light cure. After that cement is put inside the crown and then after giving the cement we should first make sure that it is sitting properly and then we should remove the excess of cement which is flowing below the crown or beside the crown, and then we should see that it is cured from all the angles. The proximal cement is removed. This is another video where they have told how it is different of just doing the composite restoration for anterior teeth and giving veneers. What is the difference? They are telling. So initially when they gave composite restoration, it had caused staining and was causing bad appearance. It was not that aesthetic. So they gave veneers. So they were like, this was how it was looking priorly when they just gave composite restoration. Then coming to silent coupling agent. So silent coupling agent, it enhances the bond strength between the restorative material and the crown. So there is another video where we see how the silent coupling agent is used to while giving the crown. So they apply this hydrofluoric. This is nothing but hydrofluoric acid, the silent coupling agent. So it is applied, then it is rinsed out. Then we air dry it. After hydrofluoric acid, we are applying silent coupling agent. Again air drying it. So after applying the silent, the contact angle is more. fit of the crown is checked first before giving the restorative cement. After verifying from all the angles, they're also verifying the occlusion. Then they are rinsing it with water. Then we are etching the dentin and enamel surface of the teeth. For anterior teeth, mainly it will be enamel where it is just a surface superficial layer. Then bonding agent is applied. It is cured with the light curing gun. After that, they are using the cement. Cement is applied to the crown, spread on all the surfaces, and then it is given on the tooth. All the excess is removed. Before curing, you should make sure all the excess is removed so that it will be easier for you to remove. So after this, I have spoken about the literature review in this seminar, and thank you for watching. Please share, subscribe. Thank you.